Defending AFC North champs in the Charm City. Andy Dalton, newly minted, $96 million in tow. Ain't bad. Vontaze Burfict
money.
Also got a contract extension, but his day was short-lived. Here on the hit on Joe Flacco, suffered a concussion, done for the day.
He's the heart of that defense as well.
And the Bengals were pitching a shutout into the third. Of course, no Ray Rice. Bernard Pierce benched, so Justin Forsett, I can barely see him.
Go ahead, nephew.
Nice little back.
They could barely see him.
That was their first rushing touchdown by a running back since week 11 a year ago.
Wow.
They threw the ball 62 times, which is tied for the most in Joe Flacco's career. This one was pretty good. On 3rd and 14, the man has spent 13 years in Carolina. Watch Steve Smith. Watch what he does to Adam Jones.
Didn't I tell you I'm a man?
This is one thing you can't do as a defensive back. When the quarterback starts to scramble, get out of the pocket, lock onto your receiver.
And if you're going to get beat,
You can't let him manhandle you like this.
Hey, bro, that's a grown man you try to run up on like that. That's Steve Smith Sr.
7 catches, $118 in that score. Now, let's flash back to last year. Final play of regulation in Baltimore. AJ got it.
Hey, greatness.
Yep.
Greatness.
Now, Cincinnati lost in overtime, but we showed you that because of this. Bengals down by a point. Watch Green, Michael do his thing.
Right, that's like, greatness it doesn't just happen. It's rehearsed. It's played over in his mind time and time again, so he comes up with the play time and time again.
6 catches, 131 yards, and that score, 2-point conversion was good. Cincinnati up by 7.
Here in Baltimore.
That's good work.
Don't do him like that.
Now the Ravens did drive down the field. Minute to go, 4th and 9. Joe Flacco down to touchdown, former Super Bowl MVP, and
It's over.
Man, I wish I could libero this.
Sorry.
Joe Flacco was supposed to be looking the other way. He had a hot the other way.
Since he's
Missed
4-game
it.
losing streak in Baltimore.
Down in Baltimore between these two division rivals before the game, remembering 9/11, emotional moment for everyone. John Harbaugh, Ben Roethlisberger, 10-5 in his career against the Ravens. First quarter, Roethlisberger in trouble, sacked by Bill Courtney Upshaw.
Hey, I agree with Prime Time. That was a bad call. That was a great hit by Upshaw.
It was what was called. Let's take another look.
Man, what are you going to do here? Listen, his head is up. Folks at home, you know, you kind of look at the crown of the helmet. That head, because of the shoulder pads and the helmet, it can't raise any more than that.
So they get a fresh set of downs, and 9 plays later, Roethlisberger to
Way to hold
Antonio
on to the ball, Brown.
A little shaken up on the play. He would lead, but he would come back, finish the game with 90 yards receiving.
I was surprised there wasn't a penalty thrown on this one. Well, I mean,
it was all shoulder.
Yeah, it was all shoulder. I saw a couple later in the game, too, that were all shoulder as well.
All right, so Brown leads the game.
Especially. Yes.
He's
special.
No doubt about that. Couple of plays later on 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger to Justin Brown.
Now that Brown, on the other hand,
didn't have such a good night.
He's going to have a special meeting tomorrow with Mike Tomlin. You can't come in and turn the football over when the Pittsburgh Steelers are driving the score.
Recovered by D'Angelo Tyson. So here comes Joe Flacco.
That man again.
Smith.
Get him, senior. Get him, senior. It's raining flags.
Well, that one was a face mask.
Well, they can't get him down. That's the problem.
Grown man strength.
That's how that is.
Has that swagger, doesn't it?
With the face mask. After the 14-yard gain. So 10
Ed
plays
Hockley's
later.
got some swagger too, Dan.
Well, that he does, and some guns. Flacco to
and a tight shirt.
Torrey Smith.
I knew that was coming. We was watching this play in the green room. A lot of hand fighting. Then when Torrey Smith went to the ground, I mean, it's obvious. It's obviously a penalty.
Pass interference on Cortez Allen. So 1st and goal here. Flacco finds a wide open Owen Daniels for the touchdown. The Ravens jump out front, 7-0.
Busted coverage on the back end.
Yeah.
Watch Daniels right here. Nobody's picking him up. The linebacker got caught looking in the backfield on the play action. Owen Daniels runs free for the touchdown.
Yeah, Terrence Garvin bites on that play action.
Come on, Terrence.
So how did Le'Veon Bell do tonight? Remember, he's coming off that 197 yards from scrimmage game last week. Here he's in the 2nd quarter.
Wow. Tough running right here. In between.
Sweet little spin move, too,
right up
Lily.
the middle, yeah. You wanted him to lower the shoulder and give him punish somebody.
Listen, that's Elam. That's Matt Elam. So you kind of debo.
It was 1 against 4, though.
Well, hey, I like the odds.
Here he is, next play.
Oh, a little shovel. Brett Favre from Ben Roethlisberger.
There you go, Heath. Yeah, C.J. Mosley can run, folks. It's official. That big linebacker is fast.
He was just freelancing, right? That wasn't a design.
Right, that drive would lead
Big
to
Ben at his best.
This was
goal.
a design run right here, though.
Now watch this. Oh,
You don't win that battle against a linebacker.
That's what I'm saying.
C.J. Mosley's going to win that battle
More times than none.
And that drive would end in a field goal, and that's the only 6 points that the Steelers would get. Here are the Ravens. Flacco.
Now, that was a good hit, too.
Troy, I'm sorry.
That was a good hit.
It was a great hit. It was a good hit.
All right, well, the refs don't think so. Unnecessary
Mike.
roughness.
You see the players turn it to the side to try to deliver the shoulder, and he still get a penalty.
Listen, there is nothing to the head of Owen Daniels there. It's a shoulder pad, and the head is turned to the side. Troy, we feel for you, buddy.
2 plays later, second and goal. And again, the penalty flags are out.
Hey, folks at home, I'm an offensive guy, and I can't stand the fact that flag was thrown. That is a good hit.
Mitchell should be irate.
All right, take a closer look. Watch his shoulder.
Shoulder. All shoulder.
I'm telling you, folks,
Can't
always
get any
watch
cleaner than that.
Watch the head of the offensive guy. If it doesn't ricochet back, it's not head-to-head contact.
All right, so that drive ends up with this.
Another breakdown.
Owen Daniels again.
Another breakdown on the secondary. Great play-action play. Seems like Troy got caught up in the play-action on that one.
So 17-6 at this point, Ravens. Here we are in the fourth quarter. Ben Roethlisberger to Heath Miller, who makes the catch, but C.J. Mosley causes the fumble. It's recovered by Mosley. The Ravens take over on the Steelers' 20. And
Not like Heath Miller either.
No, it's really not. I hate seeing the mental errors by the veteran established players because those errors just seem to trickle downhill to the younger players. Very unlike Heath on this one.
Ravens win 26-6.
Another distracting week for John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens, 1-1, taking on the 1-1 Cleveland Browns. And Johnny Manziel, we got the package in for him, right? So he ran 3 plays last week, 2 of them he handed off. Here he hands off to another rookie, Isaiah Crowell, does nothing. And it looks like the Browns bench, the coaching staff starts chewing out Manziel. They want him to come over.
This is good.
They're not happy with him. But watch, Manziel really never leaves the field. That's the offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan, and then watch him say, go!
This is some great acting right there.
Brian Hoyer, it's a wide-open Manziel!
That looks like the play we drew up in the longest yard.
Man, listen,
the machine.
Listen, you run a play like that to win
However,
the game.
Yeah, we had.
Was there an illegal shift in the longest yard?
Yes, we had
as well?
Adam Sandler. This was our two-pointer play. This was the play. I actually threw the ball, though. Yeah, we did that in longest yard. Right
Terrence West called for an illegal shift.
I threw it to Adam Sandler, just like that. Bite.
There you go. And playing the role of Adam Sandler will be Johnny Football. Number 2. They look kind of alike there. There you go. All right, fourth quarter.
It's a great play.
Browns up 21-17. Billy Cundiff already missed from 50. This one from 36. Asa Jackson swats it away, and that's huge because it keeps it a 4-point deficit instead of a touchdown.
That's straight effort right there, man. That's saying, hey, I am not going to just let this game get away.
That's a good get off. That
was a great
That's a lack thereof of effort on the.
Now 90 seconds to go. Baltimore down 1 in Cleveland territory. Joe Flacco to Steve Smith, who beats the Pro Bowler Joe Higgins.
It's what he is.
That was a great release.
Man, that's what he shows.
You scared me just now.
That's how Steve Smith makes people.
He's got 200-yard receiving games and 3 games as a Raven. None last year with Carolina.
That's violent.
So now Justin Tucker from 32 yards out.
When I walking in the hall.
Ravens lose Dennis Pitta to a dislocated hip, but they end up winning the game in
Praying
Cleveland.
for you, Pitta.
Man,
The Carolina Panthers showing up in the referee's outfit with the I Love Haters hat. Yeah, put your goggles on. Put your goggles on.
on that 89 Carolina goggles on and everything.
First play for Steve Smith. This is senior on senior, as in Roman Harper takes the stiff arm.
Man, look
Man
at
got
this dude.
kids, man. You can't stiff Roman.
Man, that
Harper.
dude got so strong, man. Just knowing no like that, Steve.
Mike, kids up there in the
Second
stands
quarter,
watching.
Joe Flacco on 3rd and 2, tipped by Owen Daniels. Who snags it?
Tip drill.
Senior.
Talking about it was his day. That's all he talked about prior to this game. When I talked to him on the phone, he made his word known.
You talk to him on the phone?
All the time.
When you're blessed, you're blessed.
Look at the Ravens tweet. Ice up, son. I like that. A little cocky there. They're early going. 2 Ravens possessions later. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Joe Flacco dropped the ball, pick it up, and throw it to Steve Smith. Senior.
Man, just look at this.
He stacked it.
Just incredible, man.
Ran straight off the jam, just stacked him over top. You can't, as a DB, you can't run around that. I don't want to tell you what that dance is.
Receivers, this is a coaching tape.
First multi-touchdown game since week 1 of 2011. That was Cam's first ever start.
This should be in a dictionary for playing big. When they say play big, watch Steve Smith.
Well, Cam Newton is big, but he wanted to run and hide after this one.
Yeah.
Harassed all day by T-Sizzle, that front seven. Suggs is going to get him this time. He was sacked a few times.
Cam needs some help.
Cam. Oh.
And in the meantime, he watched Steve Smith do his thing for his third 100-yard effort. Baltimore runs away and hides until Steve Smith Sr. stepped up to the mic.
The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck looking to get his ball club above 500. Joe Flacco, meanwhile, and the Ravens looking for their 4th win in a row. But the Ravens had trouble hanging on to the rock in the first quarter. Here, the Ravens fires to Steve Smith. And remember, he's a week removed from spilling blood and guts versus Carolina. But here, fumbles the rock. Just 34 yards this week and no touchdowns for Steve Smith Sr. That would lead to a 48-yard Adam Vinatieri field goal, and the Colts led early 3-0. Then, Torrey Smith on a Pat McAfee punt tried to let it go, but the ball took a funny bounce, and it hit him right in the leg. It's recovered by the Colts, and the Ravens turn the ball over again. Ravens, third quarter, third down, down 6-3. Joe Flacco. Oh no, that's intercepted by Vontae Davis. He was looking for Torrey Smith. That was the third turnover of the game for the Baltimore Ravens. How about 7 plays later? Here comes Indianapolis. Andrew Luck, he's pretty good, this Andrew Luck kid. I think he's going to stick in the NFL. Looking, then fires and finds Dwayne Allen in the end zone for the touchdown. It's Dwayne Allen's 4th touchdown of the season, and the Colts are up 13-3. 2 Colts possessions later. 3rd and goal. Luck scrambling, tries to find Ahmad Bradshaw, but the ball batted in the air and intercepted by C.J. Mosley. That was Luck's 2nd interception of the game, and the Ravens take over. Fast forward to the 4th quarter now. Ravens punting on 4th and 3. Griff Whalen for the Colts back there. Griff Whalen for the Colts lost the ball. Jeremy Miles got hit by Jeremy Miles, rather, and then it's the Ravens who fly in to recover the ball. The Ravens would take over. Justin Tucker would hit a 27-yard field goal, and the Ravens down just 7, 13-6. Next Colts possession. Luck finds Dwayne Allen again. A beautiful pitch and catch. A 28-yard gain for Dwayne Allen down to the Ravens' 36-yard line. The Colts on the move. 4 plays later, Luck drops back to pass. He's looking around, but tucks and runs. Will he get in? Yes, he does. 13 yards for the touchdown. Luck's 2nd rush touchdown of the season, and the Colts are now up 14, 20-6. Then, next Ravens possession. Look for something, anything. How about Justin Forsett? Out of Cal. Takes the handoff up the middle, end zone, touchdown. Ravens down 7, 20-13. Colts ball, 1:56 left on the clock. If they score, it's pretty much over, but that would be Ahmad Bradshaw getting the ball ripped out of his hands, and Terrence Brooks recovers for the Ravens. It's the 2nd red zone turnover of the game for the Colts. Then, how about this? That was on 4th down with just 1:15 left to go in the game. On 4th down, no less, Flacco finds Owen Daniels. Here, another 4th down. Flacco looking deep near side. Ball tipped and tipped away. That'd be the ball game. The Colts win 20-13, and they improve to 3-2.
Just saying.
Chris.
Baltimore and Tampa Bay.
I know that hurts you when I'm saying Rich.
Hey, Joe Flacco, less than 2 minutes in, finds Torrey Smith. People, buckle up, because we are just starting this thing.
You got that right. Torrey, good job, man.
Yeah, Torrey stepping up, making some plays.
Then after a McGlennon INT, it's Flacco to Smith again.
Same play, right?
And Torrey needed this day, man. He hasn't had a very good season up to this point, but he stepped up and made plays today.
Now the Ravens just start throwing touchdowns to guys who were sitting like section 118.
Same play.
That's Kamar Aiken for his first touchdown. And then Michael Campanaro, the 7th-round pick out of Wake Forest.
Ooh, okay, same play, other side of the field.
Like, he wasn't even active before they started the second quarter.
4 verticals.
Yeah. So that's 4 touchdowns in the first, if you're keeping track. And then Steve Smith having a senior moment. That's 5 first-half touchdowns, one shy of Darryl LaMonica's all-time NFL record.
Has been getting deep on everybody.
This don't even make sense. Watch this, Rob. This don't even make sense. Now, the corner right there. Just make the play 20. See, that's why I can't take all applications for 21 reasons.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, Flacco, that's a career-high 5 touchdown tosses. Tony Banks, the only other Raven to do that.
You swing on your quarterback in the huddle for getting hit.
Top 2 quarterbacks taken in the 08 draft, Flacco and Ryan. Checkbook similar, Super Bowl resumes not. Flacco, 5 touchdowns a week ago, and back and running. Less than 4 minutes in, hits Owen Daniel.
That defense, man, right there with the Ravens also, it's a great job by Flacco. But is this defense right here, Tom, is it close to what the Ray Lewis defense was like?
Oh, no, nothing like that. They can play for nothing like that.
Pernell McPhee forces the fumble. Doomerville recovers, and 5 sacks on this day. Third quarter up 17-zip. Flacco to Steve Smith Sr.
That's somebody there.
He hit that button. He hit that button. Man, child right there, man.
Led to another field goal.
Senior.
We've seen touchdowns. We've seen field goals. We've seen safeties. Thanks to T-Sizzle.
Okay, listen. Hey, Mr. Dimitrov, y'all ain't lying.
That 5 sacks today now.
Both sides.
5 sacks last week, too.
4th and 9, under 2 minutes to go. Ravens are
sacks.
going for it because their long snapper was injured.
That
And
ain't
so
even right,
Flacco
though,
hits Torrey Smith.
You up 22.
Hey,
You got 2
corner, you're in great position.
That's a good play, man. Sometimes you just got to chalk it up as a great play.
Yeah, okay. Too.
Atlanta's lost 4 straight, all by double digits, by the way.
I detach emotionally.
What a day for Big Ben, a historic day for Big Ben. A.J. Green inactive once again.
Take your time
for
with
the
that
Bengals.
Toe, if you know what I know.
Taking on the Ravens at home. Andy Dalton pressured by Haloti Ngata loses the ball.
Man, right there, 4th quarter, 7 minutes left to go in the game. Andy Dalton makes that mistake. Everybody says, oh, man, not again. No way, not again. Not again. Next play.
Lorenzo Taliaferro on the touchdown. The Ravens take their first lead. It's 21-20. Look at those fantasy points.
14-point swing in 2 plays.
2 Bengals possessions later. Dalton avoids the pressure. Has this guy been stepping up or what?
Man, I tell you, man, Mahomes Sanu has been playing. He stepped up and said, I'm doing what I need to do in the absence of A.J. Green. Great job.
4th and goal. Marvin Lewis said, let's go for it. And let's call the quarterback sneak.
That's what I'm talking about. I was just saying, whatever happened to the old quarterback sneak?
I think Marvin heard you. Bengals go up 27-24. Flacco.
This is a great play, man.
With 45 seconds left. He just gets it to his playmaker.
Man, now, I don't know why they call that on my man right here.
Or if you would say that.
Listen,
even I'm saying it as a defensive defender.
That was a good play right there.
Good fight.
Yeah, I thought that was a bad call.
Both of them was pushing.
Right. That's just position.
It's a love tap, it looks like.
Yeah, that's just position.
Offensive pass interference, no touchdown. Bengals hold on to win it 27-24 over the Ravens.
I got Marshall Falk here as well. And a great day as another Hall of Famer.
I love that dude.
Mean Joe Green has his number retired. Only the 2nd Steeler ever have that honor, along with Bernie Stoddard.
How can they just be retired his number?
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's the best commercial ever by Apple.
Ever.
Thanks.
Second quarter, 7-zip Baltimore, and we got, a fumble by Taliaferro, and it is picked up by Bryce McCain and returned 26 yards to the Ravens' 27.
You remember them old Steelers defense, man? They used to always get all those turnovers.
Big Ben coming off a 6-touchdown performance, hits Antonio Brown. He gets dragged down. There's flags all over the field.
Now, right there, that says something else, too.
Seriously.
For a little guy, he has a vicious stiff arm.
Hey, Big Ben saying, there were 3 fouls on one play against Baltimore. We'll take one of them at least. And then Roethlisberger to Le'Veon Bell out of the backfield. Something he does very well.
You rarely see a back shoulder fade to a running back.
It's called 3 down back.
young backs.
Anyway, I got it on the Zach Mettenberger selfie train. That's nice. And then Joe Flacco.
That was a great pass. That was perfectly thrown. That was a 5 route to Worlds. That was perfect.
Right. As I said, that Pittsburgh Steelers defense getting the turnovers like they used to.
And it's the old man, James Harrison, getting the free run.
You know what? He didn't have his legs when he first came back, but they're back now.
Yeah, he's lost almost 15 pounds.
That's a lot of weight, man.
3 plays later, Big Ben to Martavis Bryant, the rookie.
And the addition right there, man, over the last few weeks of that young man stepping on the football field, playing the way he's been playing with cool. Antonio Brown has been off the charts.
Well, here's Roethlisberger to Marcus Wheaton at the end of the first half with under a minute to go. Beats Ladarius Webb, and the Steelers are up 20-10. Then on the extra point, this is when you know things are going good for you. Brad Wing from Australia, from Melbourne, the 2-point conversion on the bobbled snap to Matt Spade.
I've never seen that work.
Hit it with his hand.
Have you ever seen that work in the NFL? I've never seen that
they would
work.
have done.
No, never before.
Third quarter, Steelers up by the same score, 22-10. LeGarrette Blount taking it right up the middle.
Oh, nobody want to hit that.
Hey, but look at T-Sizzle coming in from behind and almost taking out his knees. Watch this.
T-Sizzle, that ain't
You
right,
know what?
man.
I've been asking, why isn't that a penalty in the NFL?
That's not right.
I gave him one today.
It is.
Right.
It is on Sunday night, and then it got real chippy.
It's not right. Now, if y'all really want to fight, you wait till the game's over.
See,
You really don't want to fight.
You don't mess with D lineman, man. I'm just letting you know. You talk and walk.
Yeah,
you talk and walk.
How you hitting this man on that grass like that?
That's what Sizzle anyway.
Well, you know, Brett Kiesel's employing his troops to stay smart.
I like Kiesel.
I mean, that facial hair is unbelievable.
You think that thing itch?
What?
Ask Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's got the same one. How about this move by Antonio Brown?
Let's go. Hey, Coach Tomlin says he calls him cool, and the rest of the receivers are in the game. They're just cool in the game, and when they get going,
he has a deadly stiff arm for a man his size.
I'm telling you, it is vicious.
I just love the way they play, too. Ooh.
NFL's leading receiver. Now the ensuing kick, Jacoby Jones.
Oh, we showing it for one reason.
He's a big player, boo-boo. It's got to be a big play.
It is a huge play. 108 yards. 5th career kickoff return for a score by Jones. And you know who should have stopped him? Yep, that guy. We all remember what happened last Thanksgiving.
He should have been the MVP of the Super Bowl, but that's a whole nother thing.
All right, here comes Big Ben, Martavis Bryant. He's got 10 catches so far in 3 games as a pro. 5 have gone for 6 points.
I don't know why they had him sitting early in the season, but whatever has woken him up, stay up. That boy's playing ball.
Oh, by the way,
they need him.
That's a 5-touchdown game for Roethlisberger. Make it 6 because on 4th down, they're going for it to Matt Spade. He did get in. He did not get down. So that's 12 touchdowns in a 2-week span, most in NFL history for Big Ben.
Also, we also have our eye on a close finish between the Saints and the Niners.
Ooh, it's getting crazy down in New Orleans.
It's getting crazy in New Orleans.
4th and 10.
It was crazy in Baltimore earlier today when Sean Green coughed one up on the goal line during the opening drive for the Titans, but they come right back down where Green couldn't do it. Washington can.
And then Tennessee, a nice opening quarter on the road against a tough Baltimore Raven team, but this has been the MO at Tennessee. The young quarterback, Zach Mettenberger, they do some things okay, but eventually it begins to break down on them.
And you mentioned breaking down. Mettenberger can't do a thing with that Ravens defense. So tough. Dumerville, the sack there. That sets up Joe Flacco and crew. 4th and 1. Kicks it to Forsett, and he turns on the Jets.
Couldn't hold it.
Touchdown for the Ravens, and finally, they get things going. Mettenberger trying to come back and answer. Delaney Walker the catch, and he is absolutely drilled. He would have to leave the game with a concussion. Watch it again. This one's scary. Clean hit, but it was scary.
Praying for you, Delaney. Don't like those concussions.
No.
It's a valuable piece for Tennessee in leadership as well as an offensive output.
Then Forsett again, and this time the little hesitation.
Good
this
patience.
guy.
Good patience. That's what you got to have in Gary Kubiak's zone scheme.
Trust it.
Whether it's Bernard Pierce or Forsett, they both have that.
Then Joe Flacco gets it going with his arm. Torrey Smith, that's just a beautiful pass, and Smith runs right into it. And I love it when players give the ball to a fan. Zach Mettenberger, he's still young. Ball picked, and that about seals the deal. Baltimore can close it out. Ravens go on to win 21-7. They have a bye, and it doesn't get easier for the Titans. They get the Steelers next week, and that'll be an angry group of Steelers. You better believe that.
Go into New Orleans, and they hand the Saints their third consecutive loss at home, which I don't know how many people saw it coming. Thanks to Mr. Tom Benson there with a huge $11 million donation to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Drew Brees, that is. Drew Brees and the Saints trying to avoid the 3-game home losing streak. And they got to go in early with Joe Morgan, the Hall of Fame second baseman.
Absolutely. A little horse collar tackle at the end there for about a 1-yard penalty.
67 yards, got him down to the 2. Add the yard for the Ladarius Webb horse collar. And now on 1st and goal, Mark Ingram stopped there for the 1-yard loss. So the Ravens make the early defensive stand. That's 1st and goal. This is 2nd and goal. Ingram, again, he fumbles. Ravens, though, get it back, or rather the Saints get it back. Ingram was ruled down by contact. 3rd and goal, Breeze.
There's their 4th down.
No one, and this is 4th down.
Ugh. This will come back to haunt him. Mark Ingram missed the hole. He's supposed to follow his left guard going around the corner, Benny Grubbs, and he didn't follow him.
They get nothing out of it, and the Ravens turn a long field into great field position on a 38-yard run to the 41 by Justin Forsett. That guy is huge.
Justin Forsett played big today.
And he had a big touchdown in the 4th quarter as well. This might have been the prettiest touchdown of the day. Steve Smith, guys, how did he catch this?
He just basically threw his hands up. It fell in his chest, and he held on with dear life.
And his derriere got down first.
Yeah.
His tuchus is down. 1 cheek equals 2 feet, and the Ravens go up 7-0.
Put that in the rule book.
Yeah, I believe it is technically. I believe 184, page 184. 14-7 here, when that's a nice catch down the sideline by Kenny Stills, 33-yard gain. Looked like mutual possession. John Harbaugh would challenge it, but
it's a 50-50 ball is what we call that. He has a 50% chance. Yep. I have a 50% chance. At that point, who wants it more? Kenny Stills wanted it way more at that moment. That's the tie goes the offense.
Well, took it away from Danny Gore there. Then 2 plays later, Breeze to Mark Ingram. He could have gotten in here. He got the feet turned around, and he fell out of bounds. So that didn't work. Next play, 3rd and goal here. It's Jimmy Graham, Baldy.
Well, you would think that's the surest thing there is for the New Orleans Saints, to throw it to your red zone threat there, Jimmy Graham in the end zone, and he's going to come down with it.
Didn't work. Settle for the Shane Graham field goal, 14-10. But the Saints, right before the half, start moving down the field. Marcus Colston, 19 to the 26. Saints run up there. They spike it. After the spike, a little pump fake, and then it's Colston again for the touchdown.
Safety has to either hit the receiver or go get the ball with his hands. You see him. He's thinking, you know what, I should have went ahead. You got to go for the ball. Been go aggressive. for that ball. Go for the ball, or at least hit the receiver. Yeah. He was being lazy and thought it was going to fall in the breadbasket.
So the Saints are looking good going into the third, 17-14. But Joe Flacco would do this then, trying to make a play on the move, and he does. Steve Smith, Kenny Vaccaro, 20-yard gain, and then we get Monday Night Raw.
Somewhere in there, they're going to penalize Kenny Vaccaro for this. I never understood this. All he was trying to do was defend himself from Steve Smith Sr. here.
And Vaccaro's the only one who got flagged. Steve Smith had choice words on the sideline there. Justin Tucker gets a field goal. We're tied at 17. Saints get it back. Breeze looking for Graham. That's going to get picked. Will Hill is back in the NFL, the former Giant. 44 yards to the house.
He's got ball skills. But I think Drew would love to have that one back.
It's rare that you see a DB snatch the ball out of the air with his hands. Most DBs try to catch with their body. Tremendous interception.
11th pick for Drew Brees. Get it to the fourth quarter. Still a game. Still one score. 27-20. Oh. Here is Flacco to Torrey Smith. 17 yards, just shy of the first down. You see the timeout situation. Saints said, too, they needed to get off the field, but they couldn't. On 3rd and 2, Justin Forsett gets right to the line. Measure it up. That's a first down. This game is now all but over. There's still a chance, but not when you allow that. Justin Forsett, 20-yard touchdown. Put him on 182 on the day. The Saints would get a late Jimmy Graham touchdown. They would try for the onside kick, under a minute remaining. Didn't get the onside kick, and the Ravens take a knee.
Game of the day in Baltimore. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers have the toughest strength of schedule over the last 5 games.
Marvin was still sweating.
Starting with taking on the Ravens, who were 7-4. Torrey Smith. The Ravens are 12-0 when he catches a touchdown pass at home, and here in the first quarter, that's Torrey Smith making the nifty grab.
So you saying this is it?
Yeah, that's it.
We go to the next.
Let's go to the next highlight. It's over. So
look at Weddle. Weddle's a ball hawk, man. Weddle was going for that pick.
Weddle gonna get this ball.
Oh, you know he is.
Third quarter, Ravens up 16-10.
You need to stop, man.
And it's Flacco hitting Torrey Smith again. As we know, when he catches a touchdown at home, Ravens win. So, you know, we can move on.
I love when Torrey Smith comes to play, man.
He had 6 for 65 and a couple scores on this day. On to the fourth, Bolts down 10. Rivers to Keenan Allen. Back-to-back 100-yard games. Pair of scores on this day.
17's a fighter. Philly Riv is a fighter. He's not going to quit.
But here come the Ravens. Up 3, 3rd and 3 from the Chargers 12. Flacco pressured by the D. So they had to settle for a Tucker field goal, and the lead is 6.
John Pagano bringing the heat.
Now the Chargers have no more timeouts at this point.
None.
Under 2.5 to go. Rivers. Watch this move by Keenan Allen.
That was a part of me.
That's a gain of 14, and he gets out of bounds. Now under 2 minutes to go. Rivers to Eddie Royale. That's a 10-yard gain and moving the chains.
No timeout. They let him run to the sideline, getting out of bounds. Right there, you got to box those guys in and use that clock.
3rd and 3, Rivers to Malcolm Floyd, moving the chains. Still, remember, they need a touchdown.
Well, they should have been doing that right there.
Now Rivers to Floyd. It is incomplete. However, Anthony Levine called for PI.
This call is questioned. They're both pushing each other.
They fight. You gotta let them fight, though.
Yeah.
One of the 14 penalties on John Harbaugh's crew.
And then they got to change this call here.
Next play, Rivers
let him do that.
They talking about 1 yard past the line of scrimmage you can block. Come on, man.
Before the ball's in the air.
No. It don't matter. On a pass, you can block 1 yard.
You come down, not a pass in the offensive pass.
The Chargers are the first West Coast team to ever win in that stadium. West Coast team's now 1-11 all time.
Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. Huge, I mean just huge playoff implications down there in sunny Miami today. First quarter now, Dolphins second drive of the ball game. They're up 3-0 already. 3rd and goal here. Ryan Tannehill to Brian Hartline for 3 yards in the score, and the Dolphins lead 10-0. Take another look at this pass here. Ryan Tannehill just threading the needle between 2 Ravens defenders, able to find Brian Hartline for that touchdown. All right, we fast forward to the second quarter now. The Ravens have it, and again, they're down 10-0. Flacco scrambles. He's going to keep it and go. Slides in there. He's safe. 15-yard pickup for Joe Flacco. Keeps the drive alive. 8 plays later, Flacco looking for and finding Owen Daniels down there for an 11-yard pickup. So now 3 plays later, 3rd and goal. 8 seconds left in the half. Beautiful drive to close out the first half there as Flacco finds Triple S. Steve Smith, senior, for the touchdown. The Ravens are down 10-7 at halftime. All right, third quarter now. Ravens ball down 10-7. This is on 4th down, 4th and 1. He's got it. Flacco sneaks it up right up the middle for a first down. Keeps that drive alive. A gutsy call on 4th down there. 7 plays later. Flacco to Kamar Aiken. Wide open to the back of the end zone for a touchdown, and the Ravens take the lead. 14-10 is the score now. So we go to the 4th quarter. Ensuing Dolphins possession. This on 3rd and goal. Ryan Tannehill. This is a big moment in the game here. He's sacked by Elvis Dumervil, and the Dolphins would then have to settle for a Caleb Sturgis 34-yard field goal. They're down 14-13. So next Ravens drive. This is on 3rd down. Flacco to Steve Smith, senior, for an 18-yard pickup. And look at the tap. He is in there, keeps the drive alive. 3 plays later, on 2nd and goal, Flacco's hit, and it's recovered by the Dolphins. It's ruled a fumble on the field, but Take another look. Looks like his arm is coming forward. So the ruling is overturned. It's an incomplete pass. So very next play, 3rd and goal. Justin Forsett burrows in there for the touchdown, and the Ravens now lead 21-13. On the next Ravens drive, this is on 2nd and 10. Forsett, the former Cal Bear, putting on the burners, and look at him go down the sideline. A 44-yard pickup for Justin Forsett. He needs a little oxygen. He's a little tired. Guess what? 3 plays later on 1st and goal, Flacco keeps it himself. He'll dive in there for the touchdown, and the Ravens go on to win 28-13. They improve to 8-5. Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco and the Ravens on the outside looking in, just outside of the playoff picture in 7th place. Blake Bortles leading the league in interceptions. Not something you want to be leading the league in, I guess. The Jaguars had an interesting day on special teams. First quarter here, Jags punting, then that was blocked. Darian Stewart there with the clean block, and then picked up by Kamar Aiken. Scoop and score. Last Ravens block punt for a touchdown was back in 2003, week 12 of 2003 to be exact. Ed Reed would be the player that ran that one back in for a touchdown. But here that was Darian Stewart with the block, and then again Kamar Aiken with the touchdown. Ravens up 7-0. Second quarter we go, Jaguars kicking off after a Josh Scobie field goal. How about that? We saw some of the bad. This was the good year. Josh Scobie punching an onside kick, and it's recovered by the Jag, but they did not capitalize. Third quarter, then again, another punt, but this one a fake. How about it? Brian Anger, a little shovel pass to Will Taufoo for a 19-yard pickup and a 1st down. Again, the Jaguars did not capitalize, though. That led to another punt. Ravens defense, meanwhile, Terrell Suggs and the Ravens D, man, holy cow. They had a huge afternoon. First quarter we go. Bortles on 2nd and goal. He's going to be sacked by Timmy Jernigan. A loss of 11. Jernigan obviously seeing more time with Haloti Ngata being suspended. All right, next play, 3rd and goal. Bortles sacked again. This time it's Elvis Dumervil for a loss of 8. Dumervil's 17th sack of the year. Ravens 8 sacks on the game. All right, Ravens. The run game really didn't get going, but the play action was somehow strangely effective. Third quarter, here we go. Flacco rolls left and then hit Owen Daniels for a 29-yard gain. And then they would stick with Owen Daniels because the very next play on 1st and goal, Flacco, play action again, and guess what? It's Owen Daniels again. This time for a touchdown as the Ravens go up 17-12. Fourth quarter we go. Still Flacco here, rolling out. He's going to keep it and run. Picks up 10 yards. That led to a Justin Tucker 33-yard field goal, and the Ravens go up 20-12. Ensuing Jaguars possession. This on 1st and 10. There's just 1:10 left in the ball game. Bortles. 1st down. Pass to Cecil Shorts for 12 yards. Clock keeps on ticking. 4 plays later. Just 27 seconds left. Bortles, one last chance. Rolling out. Looking deep. Firing deep. But it's a floater and intercepted by Jeremy Miles. The Ravens would go on to win a sloppy one, 20-12.
Ravens in Houston.
No, Marshall. No.
That's quite a twosome in Houston. That's right, we got a not in my house interstitial. Joe Flacco or James Franco, I'll ask the president about that in a second. Tipped and picked by A.J. Bouye. Bouye fired up. Joe Flacco's like, this is a miserable first half. It led to another Houston field goal. Remember, Case Keenum got the start and a 9-0 lead. Next Baltimore possession, Joe Flacco.
Wow.
Or James Franco. If James Franco would have been better in the first half.
Crazy. They were 4 for 15 on 3rd down. That's how bad they were.
Flacco was 3 for 18 in the first half. Is that
wow.
bad? 3 for 18?
Why don't you just run the ball?
Or let Arian Foster throw it, which he did to C.J. Fedorowicz, the rookie out of Iowa, with his first touchdown. Texans up 16-0 at the break. Third quarter, Joe Flacco looking for Torrey Smith, but it's Kareem Jackson. Now get this, Prime. He threw the ball 50 times for only 195 yards.
That's a lot of checkdowns.
195 yards on 50 attempts?
That's a lot of checkdowns.
Whew, that's brutal. All right, time for your J.J. Watt nose update.
That's what the MVP looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and remember the former Texans coach Gary Kubiak couldn't spin anything the right direction for his Ravens offense. J.J. Watt gets him. He becomes the Texans' all-time sack leader, besting the mark of Mario Williams.
No.
Texans are still alive, as are the Ravens, but both teams are going to need help.
We'll go to the AFC. Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh can clinch the playoff berth with a win and a Chargers loss for the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's not Hoyer, it's not Manziel, it's rookie Connor Shaw, the rookie out of South Carolina, making his first career NFL start. He's got 0 career pass attempts so far. That in the first quarter, no score. Shaw mishandled the snap and lost the ball. It was recovered by Terrell Suggs. A bad exchange between Shaw and center Nick McDonald. Ensuing Ravens possession. Harbaugh going for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Cal product Justin Forsett stuffed in the backfield, a 3-yard loss. Mike Pettin liking what he sees there. Second quarter, still no score. Forsett stuffed on that play you just saw, but this, 32-yard pickup for Justin Forsett. It would lead to a Justin Tucker 25-yard field goal, and the Ravens lead 3-0. Ensuing Browns possession, this on first down. Terrence West, the rookie. Look at him go, 36-yard gain for Terrence West. He stayed in bounds and hurdled past Will Hill for a nice big gain. It led to a Garrett Hartley 38-yard field goal, and the game was tied at 3. Ensuing Ravens possession. This was on 3rd and 3. Joe Flacco was stripped by former Raven Paul Kruger. Ball kicked around a little bit and then recovered by the Ravens' Jeremy Zuta. Kruger fired up, no doubt, against his old team there, forcing the Ravens out of field goal range also, and the game still tied at 3. Third quarter, same score. Shaw steps up, finds Taylor Gabriel wide open. And he'll dash down the sideline, almost got in there, but just a bit out of bounds. A 49-yard gain down to the 1. Shaw took a monstrous hit from rookie C.J. Mosley. First and goal for the Browns. So, next play. West up the middle, powers home from 1 yard out, and the Browns lead 10-3. West finished the game with 18 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. One of his very best games in his rookie year. All right, fourth quarter, still 10-3. Flacco looking for his reliable tight end, Owen Daniels. Daniels dashing down the side, picks up 39 yards. That would lead to a Justin Tucker 28-yard field goal. The Ravens trail 10-6. Remember, they need a win to get in the playoffs. Next Ravens possession, Flacco firing deep. Torrey Smith. Great concentration being covered by Joe Hayden. I mean, look at the grab by Torrey Smith. And he would be rewarded, and so would the Ravens. Because very next play, Flacco looking for Smith again and again in traffic. Smith is able to haul it in from 16 yards out, and the Ravens lead 13-10. Smith, 4 catches, 83 yards, and that touchdown. Ensuing Browns possession. Shaw looking for Gabriel. That was on 3rd and 15. He had a little bit of a window there, but couldn't find Gabriel, and that forced the punt. Ensuing Ravens possession. Flacco to Kamar Aiken, a 2-yard touchdown, and the Ravens would go on to win 20-10. Flacco finished 22 for 36, 312 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
There we go.
Here we go. Captain Khaki on hand. Jim. I think Jim knows that nobody from these teams are actually still eligible to play for Michigan, right? Including Le'Veon Bell, who went to Michigan State and was ineligible for this game because he's injured with a hyperextended knee. Ben Tate signed off the scrap heap this week. His 4th touch. What happened, LT?
Coughed it up, man.
Thank God for Antonio Brown. route in more ways than one.
Yes.
Next play, that's Josh Harris. 9 career carries for him coming into the game for the undrafted.
That's my man.
He was
hoping
for him to get off, huh?
Now, Big Ben, you saw what he did last game against the Ravens earlier this year, 6 TD tosses. Well, what did he do this time? He got a hefty helping of Nada, who was back after serving his 4-game suspension.
He's got to get rid of that ball.
Sooner than later.
And then Joe Flacco. He throws a pretty good deep ball. This one to Jacoby Jones. It's incomplete. However, we have a flag on the play.
It's a horrible call.
Unnecessary roughness on Mike Mitchell.
This is a horrible call.
Receiver, he hit him to the face. Come on,
yeah,
man.
But if he had jumped like the defender had jumped, it would have been hit right in the chest.
All right, on to the second quarter. This is the same Baltimore drive. It's your buddy Justin Forsett. What makes him so good, Deshaun?
Man, he's tight through them spaces, man. He knows how to get up the field and hit that hole. All
right, first and goal. It's Bernard Pierce.
Nice patience.
Dust him off. Where's he been?
Well, he's been there. You know, you just need to use him on the goal line, apparently.
Oh, welcome home, Booby. It's 7-3 Baltimore. Steelers ensuing drive. Roethlisberger to his security blanket. Watch this. The spin move. This is on 3rd and 10. Heath Miller. That's what Roethlisberger does so well, guys.
Yeah, but that same thing gets you in trouble.
And it did later on, but Mike Tomlin's like, yeah, watch this. Just getting out of the grasp of some very large men.
How does he do it?
Hold on.
How does he do it? Who knows?
And then 3 plays later, 3rd and 1, Roethlisberger. Going for it to Antonio Brown, but he gets shoved out of bounds.
Got to put that ball in there.
On that play, he had him wide open earlier. He has to deliver that.
Steelers had to settle for a Sean Schweizum field goal.
Almost.
And they were down 1 at the break. On to the 3rd quarter, Pittsburgh down 13-9. Roethlisberger looking for the rookie, Martavis Bryant. And you tell me, Deshaun, is this PI or is it incidental contact?
I'm a wide receiver, so, you know, I'm biased to say PI, but that was incidental contact. He tripped over his foot, so, you know, that was a good call by the referee not making that one.
As you can see, there's the trip. Inadvertent. No flag on the play. Mike Tomlin, your thoughts?
And these are the best of the best officials that's officiating these games.
All right, so Joe Flacco, we're having a senior moment. That's Steve Smith Sr.
The young fella.
Comes to play every day.
Oh, boy.
Picking it off the head of Bryce McCain, who's been really good the last few weeks. And then Flacco keeping it alive on 3rd down. He pulls off a Roethlisberger, throwing it to Torrey Smith for the touchdown.
6.
Smith with 11 touchdown grabs. That was a career high this year. Big Ben just wondering what happened. Well, watch James Harrison just at the last second by Osemele get pushed away, and that kept the play alive for Flacco. So here comes Pittsburgh on their ensuing drive. Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, and
you got to give him a chance to play the game. You can't throw it out of bounds when he's one-on-one with a safety.
Then Roethlisberger sacked by Elvis Dumervil. Had a monster Pro Bowl year for the Ravens. Roethlisberger sacked 5 times on the day. On to the 4th. Baltimore ball leading 20-9, and here it is, Deshaun. Hit him up. Text him.
I'm pissed.
Okay, you got it. That's a good way to put it.
Right.
So Justin Forsett fumbles it, and the Steelers recover in Baltimore territory.
That is a bad feeling, man.
Steelers ensuing drive. Roethlisberger going up top for Antonio Brown. It's initially called a score, but upon further review, they would realize he was down at the half-yard line. Then after a penalty, Roethlisberger to the rookie Bryant. That's a touchdown. Gets the Steelers within 5. Now going for 2.
Great route. Big Ben has to put it on the receiver. Once again, he's late with the throw.
Picked off by Matt Elam. So the deficit remains 5. Ravens ensuing drive. Flacco on 3rd and 1 to Torrey Smith, and in the back of the end zone. Deshaun, don't you have to get your feet down on this?
Yeah, you got to tiptoe that one, man. We practice a lot during the week on that. You got to get them down, man. Just drag it. Just drag it.
Oh,
got to get it down. He gonna regret that one.
Instead, they had to settle for a Justin Tucker 52-yard field goal and an 8-point lead. Once again, no Le'Veon Bell. On 3rd and 4, Roethlisberger to Ben Tate, in and out of his mitts and picked off by T-Sizzle. But watch T-Sizzle. He's been doing the Suzanne Summers Thigh Master or something. Because watch where he catches this football.
Through the legs.
That's how you make a play, man.
Right between the twigs.
Veteran right there.
Tate just
To the
got
twigs.
there. You can't put him in that situation.
So the Ravens. Flacco to Crockett Gilmore, the rookie out of Colorado State, his second career touchdown, and the Ravens have a 15-point lead.
Give a lot of credit to the Ravens. Most teams would have just ran the ball out right now and just try to eat up clock, and they came out throwing.
Then Roethlisberger throws it to Dree Archer. He gets into the end zone. Penalty on the play, however, would nullify the touchdown. Offensive holding. So your next play, Roethlisberger, dumped by Courtney Upshaw, and Big Ben has his bell rung. You can see helmet into frozen turf, or at least chilly turf out there. Bruce Gradkowski would come in for 3 plays, and then Roethlisberger comes back in, and maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Picked off by Darian Stewart in the end zone. Steelers would add a safety on a blocked punt, but it doesn't matter because Baltimore, for the 6th time under John Harbaugh, wins on opening weekend for them in the playoffs, and they will move on next Saturday to play the top seed in the AFC, the New England Patriots.
New England did pull this one out because Baltimore came in and looked good early. 19 degrees when this thing started. Warm and toasty for the hoodie. John Harbaugh, beg your pardon, not affected by the cold. And nor was
Jim was
Joe.
probably there, too.
What's that?
Jim was probably there,
Jim might
too.
have been there.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco, can he go in to Foxborough and do it again? 13 touchdowns, no picks in his last 5 postseason games, and he started this one just as he had played the other 5. The opening drive, Kamar Aiken, a 19-yard touchdown.
Who was that?
Kamar Aiken. It's a veritable who's he on the opening drive, Jamie Dukes. 19-yard touchdown to take a 7-0 lead. They would get the ball back. Patriots didn't do anything, and Joe Flacco went to work again. Steve Smith, Sr., a gain of 16. And then 5 plays later, it's Steve Smith, Sr., yet again, top of your screen, against Darrelle Revis.
Here again, Darrelle Revis, man-oh-man. Good job by Steve Smith getting the inside release on Darrelle Revis. Touchdown, bobbles it, but sure-handed, huge play, because Steve Smith has been stifled by Darrelle Revis.
Why do you give him the inside? Let Steve Smith go to the corner.
No, but the problem is he's too strong. In other words, Steve Smith is not one of those guys. That wasn't his intention. He's playing man-to-man coverage, but Steve is such a strong player. You know, that's just one for the good guys as they look at it.
Well, Patriots were down 14-0 early, and then finally Brady got to work. This was a big drive. They needed this badly. Hit Gronkowski there for the gain of 16. Next play from scrimmage, from the 40, he's got to look for Gronk again down the left seam, and he hit him for 40 yards.
I think he's the most unstoppable force in the National Football League. You can't defend him with a cornerback. You can't defend him with a safety.
Ran 2 verticals with the tight end, picked the tight end with more skills, and then Brady ran it in.
Tom with the legs, nimble. Tom Brady looks a whole lot better than he looked when he ran during the combine and those pictures we've seen from years past.
4-yard touchdown, 14-7. You know Brady's fired up when he spikes it that angrily. And that was an angry spike. And he's also probably angry that, well, this. Pernell McPhee kind of stood over him after a sack. And we have pushing and shoving and a fired-up Tom Brady.
Yeah, they want to fight, man. That's what this is all about. Tom Brady, a feisty guy.
Patriots ended up punting on that drive. They get it back again, and here Brady again to Gronk, 23 yards. But Brady is taking hits, and he took a lot of hits in this game. In the first half, in the second half, he's slow to get up. His line helping him as he bends over.
Yeah, he'll be in the tub tonight soaking it all up. But the Baltimore Ravens, you'll see right there,
Timmy Jernigan.
They do a great job of getting pressure all day long. But Tom stood in there, made the throws, led the team.
A low throw here, but Danny Amendola dug it out. Now look at this move.
Yeah, nice. And again, it's about breaking tackles. It's about yak yards. But again, the weather, the elements, that ball is like a shot put out there when it's cold like that. Tom had the ball in the vicinity. Receiver made the play.
And we're tied at 14. Patriots hold serve, get it back, give it back to Tom. Look at the clock here. They're near midfield, a minute to go, trying to get a score on the board before the end of the half. But Brady gets picked by Darrell Smith, and no one knew what he saw there. Had Smith and Trell covered, didn't try to put it over his head, threw it right to Darrell Smith. It's the first turnover of the game, and now Flacco has a shot right before the half, and he's going to draw a pass interference call on Darrelle Revis.
I didn't quite understand the pass interference aspect of it. I understand the illegal contact. I don't see pass interference, especially when the ball was thrown there. I don't know. That was one of those plays, but again, sometimes great guys don't get the call.
First DPI against Revis accepted all year, and Flacco made it count 3 plays later to Owen Daniels.
Owen Daniels has been a really bright spot. A lot of people talked about Dennis Pitta this year. He really didn't make it happen this year. Great job by Owen Daniels.
Dante Hightower on the coverage there. Brady, gave it right back to Flacco, and Flacco was able to cash in, took advantage of that mistake. We're 21-14. We're now opening minute, third quarter. Brady to Gronkowski, broken up by C.J. Mosley. Gronk wants a flag. Mosley could have been called. What do you think?
He's right there. It's close. Obviously, the officials erring on the side of caution. He's got that bionic elbow there. Maybe it's hard to see with the glove. But, I'm good with the no call.
Patriots had to punt. Ravens now on 4th down. They take a shot on 4th and 6, Dukes.
This is a great play. When you think about Smith and Torrey Smith and what he does, he makes sure he draws the PI first. He brings the contact back and then catches the ball. Nice play.
They get a DPI. They also get a taunting call on Torrey Smith, so they back it up to the 16, and this is how they score. With Justin Forsett down the right sideline, untouched on a check down to make it 28-14. So once again, it's a 14-point lead. Brady brings him back. Gronkowski to 28-21.
Great job by Tom Brady recognizing there was a blitz on right there. He held Ron Gronkowski outside, and they threw it for the touchdown.
And then this, the play of the game. Julian Edelman, the former Kent State quarterback, to Danny Amendola. 51-yard touchdown. Josh McDaniels dialed up the trickery, and it worked.
Little trickeration right there. Good job you're going to see, and good throw, Danny Amendola, as you mentioned. He's a guy that's kind of been left out of there when you think about it. The odd man out because of the emergence of Julian Edelman.
First pass as a Patriot, yet he came to the Patriots, Julian Edelman did, as a college quarterback, then turned into a wide receiver. Now 28-all. 3.5 to go. And here's Flacco's first big mistake. Picked off by Devin McCourty. It's Flacco's first pick in 197 postseason pass attempts, the first one since the 2011 AFC title game. Wow. The Patriots go 3 and out, and Flacco gets new life. He fumbles here, sacked by Jamie Collins. The ball's going to get recovered inside the 5, but you saw the DPI on Revis. They're going to get holding on Revis here on Steve Smith, and this one was a good call.
Second penalty you're going to see right here. It's hard to cover the draw right there. Wow. That was just kind of an undressing of the guy right there. But again, the old salty veteran, he didn't get away with it. Huge play.
So, again, not a turnover. Ravens keep the ball. Now we move to the fourth quarter. This is the same drive. They're going the other way. And again, it's 4th and 1. And again, they get it. Kyle Juszczyk, gain of 11. He was down. They keep it. Not a fumble. 5 plays later, Owen Daniels cannot hang on. This was a 16-play drive, and it could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, here's a play right here, and that situation right there. Good job by the defense, and Owen, who had a huge game today, just couldn't make the play.
So Justin Tucker, field goal, 25-yarder, gives the Ravens the lead, 31-28. Patriots now, Brady, plenty of time. You see the clock here, not even 7 to go. Here it hits Amendola. Nice. First down on second effort. Then Brandon LaFell, 23-yard touchdown.
Drop it in the bucket right there. You talk about a guy. That's why. And by the way, I believe this is number 9. He'll be attending his 9th championship game. He's pretty good.
And he also passes Joe Montana, most postseason touchdowns. Now, the Ravens get it. Flacco tripped here. He kind of flicked it to Forsett. Bill Belichick might have wanted a fumble, a grounding. Either way. All right, so they go for it, 4th and 3. And here's the one where Flacco once again comes through. Hits Daniels on 4th and 3, 17 to the 41. The Ravens 3 for 3 on 4th down. You see the clock here. It takes you up to the 2-minute warning. Now at 1:46 on a 2nd and 5. Here's where the game ended. Flacco takes a shot, picked off by Duron Harmon.
And the thing about it, there was no need for him to get impatient because they've been doing such a good job, and they had plenty of time to move the ball up and down the field. Really bad decision by Joe Flacco. And they, at the end of the game here, the little Hail Mary. Great job by New England.
Batting it, there.
Yeah, but it batted it out of the end zone, so that was a smart play on their part.
What a game. Flacco got one more shot at it after the Patriots were forced to punt with 14 seconds to go. Congratulations to Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots. The 1 over the 6 in the AFC. 35-31, as the AFC Championship game will be next Sunday in Foxborough. Brady, 33 of 50, 367 and 3 touchdowns. He also ran for a touchdown.